Hello everyone, it's Nova. I want to show you guys the best mass market decks of 2023, and this video will be in two parts. First part will be the decks that were released in 2023, and the second part, which is in the same video, it's not another video, is going to be about the decks that are not released in 2023. They were released before, but I received them in 2023 and I recommend them. I am super happy about them. And of course, this is all about my taste. I'm not saying by any stretch that these are the best decks. I'm saying these are my best decks, the ones that I have been very happy with. And I'm not going to show you all the decks that I have been satisfied with, because I received a lot of decks this last year and I have been happy with most of them. I'm just going to show you a selection of the ones that I think most people who watch this video will be interested in. So starting with Mystical Forest tarot cards, I will put the name of all the decks in the description box because I want to go through these decks quite quickly. So this is the guidebook. The box is sturdy. These are the gorgeous bags. I've edged them. And I bought this deck in summer. As you see, the summer vibes are strong. This is like a tropical situation, full of animals and beautiful people. Everybody's skin is orange. I did a lot of readings with this deck, although I'm not very happy with the guidebook, but I think it's a great deck and I have a full review. It's quite extensive video because I've done even pairings and I read from the guidebook. I showed all the cards. So if you want to know more about this deck, this beautiful exotic deck of cards, you can check it out. I will put the link in my description box. This deck came out in 2023. So I'm going to show you first all the decks that were released in 2023. This was one of them. Next is Minchiate Al Cigno. This is by Los Carabeo, the Anima Antica series, that they release a few decks every year and they are a limited edition. This deck came out in 2023. As far as I know, I think so. Maybe late 2022. It doesn't say here. But anyways, this is a very recent deck. I hope it's still available. The last time I checked it was. So it has a little guidebook. And it is a Minchiate deck, which is a style of Marseille. Like another, not style of Marseille. It's a branch. It's another branch. It has a lot more cards. It has all the zodiac cards, and I think it has like 4 emperors and elements. This deck was created around 1775. So about 250 years ago. It is beautiful. I really like the cardstock. Mine is still in order. I have not used it yet. For me, it's more of a collection deck. But I think you can easily use it as well if you just assign a keyword to any of these cards. You can even write down the keywords. And then you can easily use it as a oracle deck or even a tarot deck. Like this one is the Knight of Cups. This one is the Moon card. Some of the cards, how come that the Knight of Cups came before the Moon card? I think this deck is not completely in order. Let's see if I have a Knight of Cups here. No, this is the Knight of Cups, you see? Yeah, that wasn't the Knight of Cups. Anyways, this deck is gorgeous. Okay, so this was the second deck that I wanted to show you. I think it's still available because it was just released last year, but you know how the deal is with these Anima Antica decks. Once they are out of the market, that's it. If you want to buy them then you have to pay a lot more. Okay, next is Tarot Yokai. So this is a beautiful Japanese yokai deck. Yokai is those Japanese spirits, those metaphysical and magical beings. The guidebook is all in French. I know you have this deck in French and Italian, not yet in English. I really hope it comes out in English because I really want to know what's happening in the cards. So these are the backs. I have edged it myself, and look how cool these cards are. It's like those Studio Ghibli cartoons. The cardstock is flimsy and the guidebook is in French or Italian. These are the two flaws of this deck. For the rest, the box quality is amazing. The guidebook quality, the paper and everything is really good. The images are gorgeous. I was thinking of laminating this deck, but I thought let me just wait and see if the English version is released. Hopefully. I have not heard that it's gonna be an English version. I just assume, I just hope, because I would like to be able to read the guidebook and see what's happening. I have flip through and a little review of this deck, which I'm gonna put in my description box for you guys if you want to see the whole thing. This was quite inexpensive. I bought it off of Amazon and it came out in 2023. Okay, so this was the third deck. It has a pouch even. The next deck that was released in 2023 was Seasons of the Witch Mabon Oracle. I think you've seen this beautiful deck by Rockpool. Beautiful guidebook. The guidebook is really great. I really recommend this deck, even though that it's not Mabon now, but this deck is right now around 11 euros, 11.50 in Amazon Netherlands. I don't know, I think it must be around the same price all over Europe at least. So these are the gorgeous backs, and it comes gilded in this beautiful copper metallic gilding. And look at these beautiful cards. They're so cozy. This deck really conveys the energy of Mabon. It's done so well. So the Seasons of the Witch is a series for all the 8th Sabbats. And so far, 4 of them are out, I think. No, 5. 5 of them are out, right? It's so good. And it reads well. The guidebook is great. Cardstock is really good. Really happy with this series. Another beautiful deck that was released this year, The Witch's Oracle by Sally Morningstar, illustrated by Danuta Meyer, contains 42 divinatory cards and guidebook. This is an oracle deck published by Oh Life. So this deck is about the guidebook as well, in my opinion. I mean, as much as it is about the cards, it is also about the guidebook. And that is with many decks nowadays. We get so many great guidebooks nowadays. This is one of them. It teaches you about the tools, the phenomena, the objects and deities, rituals. So it's like about 44 different concepts that you will get just one page, but it is very useful for a beginner, for whoever wants to familiarize themselves with witchery. These are the gorgeous cards. I am in love with these cards. I wanted to edge them, by the way. So let me show you. The High Priest, Moon, Neophyte. Look how beautiful. Broomstick, Pentacle, Serpent, Wand, Six-rayed Star, Black Cat. I think this is one of the best oracle decks of this year. In 2023, we had a few really good oracle decks, really good ones. This is definitely one of them. It's a study deck, and it's gorgeous. Cardstock is also really good, and it was very affordable. I bought it for like 15 euros. And you can pair this with many tarot decks. I paired it with Wildwood Tarot. I paired it with Druidcraft Tarot. It pairs nicely with many different tarot decks. Another beautiful oracle deck that came out in 2023 is the Doors of Somlipith. You can use it as an oracle deck. This is like a magical playing card deck. It's a playing card deck with a very unique system. This is the guidebook. It's a chunky monkey, and it has a proper system, a complicated one, but very interesting. And let me just show you the cards. The cardstock quality is incredible. So you have the 4 suits of the playing cards, and I have an extensive review of this deck in my channel. I will put the link in my description box. And for using this deck, you do not need to learn the system. I have used it as an oracle deck, as a standard oracle deck, like just pulled a few cards and looked at the meanings in the guidebook. But it's really cool. This is a very unique deck. I have edged it myself. The color of the eyes. You see, the eyes of this lion are red. Okay, so now we start the second part of this video. These are the decks that were not released in 2023, but came to my collection in 2023. And this one is actually late 2022. So most people received this deck in 2023. This is the Hieronymus Bosch Tarot. It is a tarot deck, but this is not your standard tarot at all. It has its own system. This is the guidebook. In the guidebook, it explains how you can use this deck, because you cannot use it as a standard tarot deck because it doesn't even have your standard tarot suits. And even with the major arcana, you have different meanings. Here for the magician, you have the conjurer, abilities, creation, deception. For high priestess, you have mistress of terror, control, submission, feminine power. Look at this one. The Hierophant is the surgeon. Health, removal of blockages, unnecessary worry. So this is the major arcana, how the major arcana goes, and of course these are all parts of Hieronymus Bosch's incredible, mind-blowing paintings. So each card is like a small part of his paintings, because his paintings are mostly huge. And all of these cards, all these images that you see are happening in one painting. So then you get the suits, which is here you have the suit of berries, and then you have Page of Berries, Knight of Berries, Baron of Berries, Princess of Berries, Queen of Berries, King of Berries, Ace of Berries, and then you go to the suit of birds. And then you have the suit of birds, and then suit of skates, and then suit of swords, suit of vessels, suit of books, suit of coins, and then you have the 7 deadly sins at the end. Sin of wrath, sin of lust, sin of sloth, sin of envy, sin of gluttony, sin of greed, sin of pride. I recommend this deck for sure, even if it's not a real tarot deck. You can easily use it as an oracle deck. It's incredible. I think Rockwool has done a brilliant job on this one. Rockwool is really rocking recently, and their prices are awesome. A few of my viewers have requested that I make a walkthrough of this deck, and I'm still planning to do that. I will do it hopefully within a month or so, because this is a good one. Although it is time consuming and I have to study the deck first a little bit, but I am willing to do that. I hope that I manage to do that. Okay, next deck that came out at the end of 2022. Earthly Souls and Spirits Moon Oracle by Terry Foss. This deck was already out, but it was an indie deck. And then US Games picked up this beautiful deck by Terry Foss. I've edged it in metallic silver. The guidebook is good. You get 1 page per card. So this is all autumn vibes. This deck has beautiful keywords: love, meditate, unity, harmony, magical, joyous, peace, blossom, gratitude. How beautiful. Love these colors. Clarity, centered, celestial. Nurture, balance, authentic. Evolve, faith, compassion. I don't think it's needed any explanation for why I think this is one of the best decks. It's just beautiful. And the cardstock is really good. It shuffles like a dream. It's just a really beautiful deck. Beautiful artwork with useful keywords. When it came out first, it was very expensive, and I made the mistake and I jumped on it while it was on Amazon. I mean, when a deck comes out on Amazon, usually you don't have to be quick, but I did that. I bought it for like 38 euros and then it went down to 18 euros. So I got my lesson with this one. Okay, next one that came out at the end of 2022 was the Animal Apothecary by Cara Elizabeth. This was a Hay House production. It's a modern deck with a beautiful guidebook. You get quite a lot per card. Look at this. You get 2 full pages per card. I have edged this one also with that metallic silver. These are the gorgeous backs. So this is very retro, very 70s, and with very unique keywords, or mostly key phrases, like Master Manifestor, Breakthrough, See Beyond the Past, Self-worth, self-love, self-value, self-respect, Claim your power, You are more, Inner conflict resolution, Face your fear, Evolve into your complexity. How interesting. Opportunity, Tame and attain, Attract through glow, Better than you can imagine, No expectations, Small steps, big accomplishments. So you see, I chose this deck because the key phrases and the keywords are very unique. The color palette is also quite unique. I mean, it's not that rare, but it has that retro vibe that is just precious and very 70s. If you like 70s arts and 70s looking decks, this one is really cool. And it is quite intuitive as well. Another one that I think came out in 2022 is this bicycle playing cards. It's called Vintage Classic. So these are the gorgeous backs, and it's just a simple playing card deck, but very vintage. It looks very vintage, and the quality is really good. If you have this deck in your hands, you just want to riffle shuffle it the whole time. This is a simple playing card deck. Depending on what you use, if you use playing cards, I've been looking for a very simple and classic looking playing card deck, and I'm very happy with this one. Another one that I think came out in 2022. Tarot de Marseille, Edition Millenium, and this is by Wilfred Hodwin. You know that Wilfred Hodwin has the same deck that was released a few years ago. Indie, it went out of print as well, and it's quite pricey. So this French publisher, Editions Trajectoire, has published this deck, and I am showing you this deck because of many things. First of all, this is the Wilfred Hodwin's deck, which is precious. Another thing is that the quality of this cardstock, I don't know how they got this quality. I've never seen this anywhere else. This is a very special cardstock. It's so soft and so nice, and it just feels so good. It shuffles like a dream. Beautiful. It's available on Amazon in Europe for around 20 euros. I think it must be more expensive in other parts of the world, but I've checked it in US. It was on Amazon US as well. I hope it's easily available everywhere because this is a beautiful deck. I recommend this deck 100%. Look at this Two of Cups. Wow. Also, another thing about this deck is that it is drawn based on sacred geometry. If you want a Marseille deck, if you'd ask me which Marseille deck shall I buy, especially if it's your first Marseille deck, if you're a beginner with Marseille, I would 100% every single time recommend this deck. So this is another gem that I received in 2023. Okay, now I have another 3 decks to show you. These 3 came out a few years ago, but I never heard of it until last year. So I don't know what's the deal. Look at this. It says 2008 US games. Did it come out in 2008? How come nobody talked about it until last year? Strange. So this deck was created by Natalie Hertz. A genius in creating tarot decks. These are the gorgeous backs. These are the edges that I have done. The same color as these lines here. So it's called Faerie Tarot. And this deck conveys Fae energy like no other. It's such a colorful, feel-good deck. The cardstock is also really good. It is a summer deck for me. I cannot use this in any other season. But last summer I used it quite a lot. I even did a read this deck video for it to show you how the guidebook is written. Used spread in the guidebook, and also for reading the energy of the cards, I read every single card in the guidebook. So that's just like a test drive of the deck with its guidebook. I will link that one also in the description box for you guys. This is again a gem, a mass market gem that came out or came to my collection last year, and I am very happy with it. I love this deck. It's a powerful reader. Next is Oracle of Ascendance by Philip J. Adamczyk and Sherry Jo Posselt. I have featured this deck in a few of my videos, so I'm not going to talk too much about it again. This is basically a lot of symbols explained, and I just like everything about this deck. I really like the cardstock. It is sturdy, it's not too thin, not too thick, shuffleable. I have edged them in different colors. I created a color code. I mean, they are already color coded. You see all the borders are in different colors. So these colors belong to different categories of symbols. Let me show you some of them. This is Uranus. So this is the category of planets. Sacral chakra, so this one belongs to the category of chakras. Element of spirit is the category of elements. And then this one is Cancer, so there is a category for zodiac signs. Leo again for the zodiac signs, root chakra, Pisces, Halil. It's a Reiki and elemental trinity healing symbol. Yesod is a Sephiroth, so it belongs to the category of the ancient symbols. Cross is again an ancient symbol. Seiheki, Reiki symbol. Hexagram is a star symbol. You have Virgo here, you have Earth, these are the planets. Hot is a Sephiroth. So this is a good study deck. Very colorful, very beautiful. It pairs well with all different types of art styles. If you want to pair it with other decks. The guidebook is written so well. And you can use only a keyword from the guidebook, or you can use the whole message. It's amazing. This is one of the best decks, I think, that came to my collection in 2023. I mean, one of the most useful decks that I have also really utilized in many of my readings. I also studied the guidebook, not for long, but I learned some interesting stuff. So this is Oracle of Ascendance. The last one is just a beautiful oracle deck. It is medieval, so medieval hedge witch magic. I just find everything about this topic interesting and beautiful. It's called Enchanted Spell Oracle by Priestess Moon. This is a rock pool production, and this deck has been there for quite a few years. It has only 36 cards. I wish there were more. Look how beautiful the guidebook is. So you get this much per card. You actually can learn a lot from this guidebook. Like, okay, let me just show you. This one is abundance. Abundance. The keywords are wealth, money, income. And then it talks about the herb that is shown in the card, or the card is about cinnamon. And then it explains cinnamon's energy, and then the symbolism of the card, because there are quite a lot of symbols in each card, and then the divination message. And then you get a spell using the herb, like here you get cinnamon money spell. And there is a note at the end as well. Here it says, aim to purchase true cinnamon, not cassia. True cinnamon is known as Cinnamomum zelanicum, and cassia is known as Cinnamomum cassia. In true kitchen witch style, if you only have cassia on hand, it would still work. What matters most is the fragrance associated and the intent behind the spell casting. It's a lovely deck. Look at the backs. Abundance, ambition, beauty, clarity, contemplation, divination, enchantment. And look, you get here symbols and information, like here enchantment, February 18th to March 17th, ash tree. Here with clarity, you have chamomile, echinacea, ginger, rosemary, St. John wort, and thyme. And beside all the interesting information, I just really love this art style. I just really like it. And I have quite a few medieval tarot decks with medieval art style, and I think this one will pair really nicely with them. I think also pairs with all types of Marseille decks, right? This was again a very affordable deck. I'm really happy with it. Okay guys, this was my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Write in the comments which ones you have, which ones you like, which decks were released in 2023 that you think was the best. That is also a interesting information that you could give me. Thank you very much for watching my videos. I am very appreciative of your support. If you've been watching my videos, if you have been commenting, I am very grateful, and I hope to see you in my next video.